In a conversation between police officers and the former Northern Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Daniel Bugrenabu, the conversation allegedly discussed sensitive matters related to security and elections.
Our discussion, Commander also came, and I was even thinking that he was coming for the president.
Member of Parliament for Elembele, Emmanuel Amakofibua, brought the issue to Parliament, leading to the formation of a special committee to investigate. The committee's terms of reference included verifying the authenticity of the leaked tape, investigating the conspiracy to remove the Inspector General of Police, examining other matters in the audio recording, and recommending sanctions and reforms as necessary. 6 witnesses testified under oath, including Chief Bugrenabu, who confirmed recording the audio and affirmed its authenticity. Nabu claimed he recorded the conversation to bring it to the attention of President Nana Akufo-Addo.
Even Commander Asari and COP Mensah said, carrying all the commissioners from the police headquarters, and they were all NDC. We'll see whether we'll win this election, and we lost it. So that alone has somehow, I was a bit worried. That was why it is even more reason why I need to tape and give the president the tape so that he will also hear direct, not from me even. I did that.
Chief, did you share the tape with the president?
Well, after that, I've given the tape up to him.
Superintendent George Asari, who allegedly masterminded the plot to oust the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufo-Dampare, and replace him with his godfather in the service, Commissioner of Police, COP Alex Mensah, did not deny the contents of the leaked tape. Instead, he claimed that the recording had been doctored.
You invite people to your office, you record them, and then put it out into the public domain. But later, upon further inquiries, remember I'm a policeman. For investigations, I'm very smart. But that side, when we meet in camera, you will know who did the recording, who was sent by who, and on what promise to who. You will get it when we meet.
Another tape was provided by the chief witness, Bugrenabu, which the committee admitted as the full tape and tendered in as evidence. By taking his term before the committee, COP Alex Mensah retired, insisted the IGP was not competent in managing the Ghana Police Service and must be replaced.
He is not managing the police service well. And for me, for the 31 years that I've been in the service, I can tell you he's the worst IGP we've ever had in this country.
However, Superintendent Emmanuel Jebi denied ever speaking to Bugrenabu on the matter. Meanwhile, IGP Dr. George Akufo-Dampare felt unfairly treated by his colleagues, despite his sacrifices for the Ghana Police Service.
But now, allegation unsubstantiated, I'm speaking to it, and my feeling is that that is the bit of it that will be for the public. But the rare game has been put is what they now have again against me. And yet we have also been told that it's not the police service which is on trial here, because we have police institutional structures to deal with anybody who has a complaint, which I know they don't have, except that the shame that have come upon them. They are trying to twist it and divert attention. We allowed them to go on that fishing expedition, acting as octopuses in their quest to find something by whatever means to affect my person and my integrity. Which I think we need to look at this carefully, because that is not fair. Having said that, I don't have anything. I don't know about it. And they should stop it. I thank you.
After public and in-camera testimonies were given, the committee, chaired by Samuel Atachia, concluded its investigations and began compiling a report with an assurance of presenting a flawless report.
Day one, ab initio, I stressed that I don't have an incentive to mess up somebody's life and career. What is that going to do for me? And I think the members of the committee have a similar attitude, that why do you want to besmear another man? Why should somebody's disgrace be our joy? I don't think we are that mean to be doing it that way. And what is very important is that we are supposed to protect everybody to the best of our ability as a committee. And I keep saying that nobody will be shortchanged by the committee in terms of the evidence that we will write, and the rest of it. We will never shortchange anybody. And nobody is trying to say, slant the evidence to favor X or Y. And I don't think anybody has the power to do that against us. We won't do it.
Although Vice Chairman James Agaga recently hinted that the report was complete, it has yet to be presented to Parliament. Interestingly, Joy News has obtained the report signed by most committee members, excluding the chairman's signature.
Well, my colleague Samuel Mbura, who has been following this committee's investigations, joins us for the full details of the report by the majority of the committee members. Mbura, first tell us what is contained in this particular findings.
Carlos, I must say that the committee members were actually 7. 1 a technical person and 6 from Parliament. Committee chaired by Samuel Atachia included James Agalga, Peter Tobu, Patrick Yabwama, Ophelia Mensah Hayford, and Eric Opoku. So out of the 6 from Parliament, 5 have actually signed this particular report. The chairman is here to also present his report. He said he is dissenting on the opinions or the recommendations as expressed. But the committee, after evaluating the evidence presented before it, is of the view that the actions of the officers were politically motivated and recommends the House, that is Parliament, communicates these findings to His Excellency the President to determine the appropriate sanctions in relation to the conduct of COP Alex Mensah retired, Superintendent George Asare and Superintendent Emmanuel Jebi, who appear to have breached sections of the Police Service Act 1970, Act 350, and specific police regulations, which states that it shall be a misconduct for a police officer to engage in an activity outside his official duties, which is likely to involve him in political controversy or to lead his taking improper advantage of his position in the police service. It is also a major offense for an officer to engage in an activity outside official duties, which is likely to involve the officer in a political controversy or lead the officer taking improper advantage of that officer's position in the service.
All right, so for the purposes of clarity, let's know the officers who have been cited for contempt of Parliament and give us the brief reason why it's so.
Well, Carlos, the committee says that Superintendent Emmanuel Jebi, during his testament under oath on 31st October 2023, denied ever speaking to Chief Bugri Nabu, whom we know is the principal witness here, directly on his phone or on the phone of Superintendent George Asare. However, when he appeared before the committee on 10th October 2023, he is reported to have changed his earlier testimony and reaffirmed that he indeed spoke to Chief Bugri Nabu on phone. On the part of Superintendent George Asare, the report says in answering a question under oath posed by Peter Lanchana Tubu on 4th September 2023 on whether he was present when Chief Bugri Nabu spoke to Superintendent Emmanuel Jebi on phone, he responded in the negative. However, he changed his initial response to this question to the affirmative when he appeared before the committee on 10th October 2023. The committee is therefore of the view that Superintendent Asare and Superintendent Jebi appeared to have acted in contempt of Parliament. In this regard, the committee is of the opinion that the matter be referred to the Privileges Committee for appropriate action. A brief background to this. Mr. Bugri Nabu reportedly met Superintendent George Asare, and Superintendent George Asare, the audio tape that went round, called Superintendent Jebi, one of the collaborators, on phone, but he didn't answer. So when he appeared before the committee wanted to actually authenticate the veracity in this. And that's where there were switches in opinions leading to this contempt of Parliament.
All right. So what are the other recommendations?
Well, the committee recommends amendments in the appointment of the IGP by the president through consultative processes. They think that the processes so far have not are not clearly spelled out, and there should be an amendment on that. They are also saying that the IGP's appointment should be subject to parliamentary approval. There should also be an establishment of independent police complaints commission, and promotion of police should be based on academic qualification, among others. You know, some issues came up as after allegations of some senior police that have not been promoted after even acquiring higher qualifications. So the committee is of the view that at least this legislation should be reviewed, so that at least if you get higher qualification, you can be promoted without causing the challenge that they have currently. So these are among the recommendations that the 5 majority members in the committee are recommending.
All right, but we are learning that the chairman of the committee, Honorable Samuel Atache, has declined to sign. Do we know why?
Exactly. When I spoke with him, he told me that he has dissenting views, meaning he does not agree entirely with what the other 5 members are proposing. And he would be publishing that in the coming days. But I've been told by Mr. James Agalaga, who is the vice chairman of the committee, that this report has been laid before Parliament. So for that matter, he wouldn't want to comment on it unless the arguments on it advance in Parliament, then he can come publicly to comment on it. However, the chairman again knocks off that assertion. He says it has not been laid yet because he has not signed and has not also presented his views on it.
Thank you so much. Samuel Mbura has been following this story, and we'll keep our eyes on it as it unfolds. Now, moving away from that story, Ghana has secured the International Monetary Fund's IMF board approval for the second review of the IMF-supported post-COVID-19 program for economic growth. This allows for the immediate disbursement of $360 million to Ghana. According to the IMF, Ghana's performance under the program has been generally strong. The IMF indicated in a statement that Ghana's reform efforts are paying off as growth has proven more resilient than expected. Inflation has declined rapidly from 2022 high, and fiscal and external positions have improved significantly. Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam is hopeful the approval will help revive the economy.
My friends, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of His Excellency, the President of the Republic, and the government of Ghana, it gives me great pleasure to update you on the IMF-supported program. After meeting the requirements for the second review, following the staff-level agreement, I'm glad to announce that the IMF Executive Board has today, Friday, 28th June 2024, approved Ghana's second review with overwhelming support for Ghana from the executive directors. Consistent with our resolve to stay the course on the implementation of the $3 billion 3-year IMF-supported post-COVID-19 program for economic growth, PCPEG, we successfully hosted an IMF mission in April 2024, which came to Ghana to undertake the second review of the implementation of the program. This is coming after an earlier approval of the first review in January 2024. This is yet an important positive development in our journey towards macroeconomic stability. And we expect to receive the third tranche of $360 million by Monday, 1st July 2024, which will bring to total disbursement $1.56 billion US. I would like to thank His Excellency the President for his strong leadership and direction, which helped in the execution of the various policies and measures under the fund program. We also wish to commend the IMF, the World Bank, and all other development partners for their support to Ghana. Let me also take advantage of this opportunity to thank the people of Ghana for your patience and for your forbearance. I am very confident that we can travel this journey together and bring back an economy that is strong enough to deliver the benefits and the development to you all over the country. Further details, ladies and gentlemen, will be provided on this during a special joint press briefing with the IMF and the Bank of Ghana on Monday, 1st July 2024 at 12 noon. And I hope that you will all get ready to listen to the good news that continues to shine on us as a country. Thank you, and I wish you a wonderful weekend.
Now, the National Health Insurance Authority is set to roll out a scheme to provide special insurance package for patients with non-communicable diseases, NCDs, such as hypertension, diabetes, and excess weight, starting July 2024. This move, according to the Chief Executive Officer of the National Health Insurance Authority, Dr. Da Costa Aboagye, would increase life expectancy across the country while achieving targets under the SDG. We'll hear from him shortly, but first, our latest hotline documentary, NCDs, The Silent Epidemic, co-produced by Emmanuel Jivenu and Abla D'Souza.
Non-communicable diseases, of course, have been around for a long time, and it's traditionally or historically been a problem for high-income countries. A few decades now, we've seen a shift in low and middle-income countries such as Ghana, South Africa, Zambia, and so on, where non-communicable diseases are beginning to increase.
I think that it's about lifestyle transition. As societies are moving from low income to middle income, lifestyle changes, and due to those lifestyle changes, it comes up with those sort of diseases.
A silent epidemic is sweeping through Ghana, affecting millions of lives. Non-communicable diseases, or NCDs, are a growing threat to global health, and the cost burden is staggering.
If you ask me as a clinician, one condition I fear most, in fact I fear diabetes even more than cancer, because once your sugar is so high, it affects virtually all tissues, all organ systems in the body.
The World Health Organization reports that NCDs account for over 30% of deaths in Ghana, with diabetes prevalence doubling in the past decade and affecting around 6% of the population. Also, hypertension, often undetected until complications arise, silently impacts over 1/3 of Ghanaian adults.
About 612,000 new cases of hypertension alone are diagnosed every year. That is quite consequential in terms of the financial implications.
It's like a ticking time bomb, and if we don't address it, it's going to be catastrophic.
In this documentary, we uncover the human stories behind these statistics and explore impacts of NCDs on the affected persons, the family, the health system, and the national purse.
We can now hear from the Chief Executive Officer of the National Health Insurance Authority, Dr. Da Costa Aboagye, on how this would increase life expectancy across the country.
And our main source of funding for the NHIS, for healthcare, is NHIS. So it's now urgent and prudent that we add preventive and promotive healthcare, especially where the non-communicables are the next pandemic. And I'm happy that the coordinator for NCDs, Ewa has said. So the NHIS from next month will be introducing the preventive and promotive healthcare as part of our funded package. There is a committee that is chaired by Dr. Samuel Ban. Dr. Samuel Ban was the one who led the COVID coordinator. So the committee is working very hard. I think we are now developing the tariffs. We will start with 3 key diseases, which is hypertension, diabetes, and body mass index, which is weight. Then we will expand with some lab, HPV, and the others. Everything that we do it like a pilot. We really want to learn from it. So we start small and gradually go into the main one. Once we do this preventive promoting, we believe that it will increase life expectancy, because at the end of the day, you detect the diseases early. Then it will also help us reduce the non-communicables. Then in the SDGs, Group 3 talks about health and wellness. So the wellness aspect is what we are trying to address. I told the other gathering that luckily I was part of those who formulated the SDGs, especially the health aspect. So we put the wellness there for a reason. In fact, the Group 3 was only health after the Millennium Development Goals, but the wellness is where we said we're going to focus. Some countries focus it on happiness, others focus it on a lot of things that makes the well-being, the entirety of your soul and everything. So here we can obviously we doing what we call the wellness centers. When I was in the Ghana Health Service, there is a project by USAID where all facilities are to have wellness clinics. Wellness clinics in the sense that, I mean, you can just walk in there just for counseling, just for your vitals check and others. So the holistic assessment is now assessing the wellness. So it's now time for the NHIS to also fund those diseases through the wellness clinics, even though we do not necessarily need the wellness clinic for the proposal that we are bringing on board.
The documentary airs at 8:30 a.m. on the Super Morning Show and 8:30 p.m. on the Joy News channel on Monday. Now, moving on, Member of Parliament of North Tongu constituency Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa described the National Pensions Regulatory Authority, the NPRA's suspension of the Social Security and the National Insurance Trust SSNIT controversial sale of its stake in 4 hotels as an initial victory. He said it is not a final victory, but a significant development. He says they are demanding a cancellation, not a suspension, and that is why he calls it an initial victory. In a press release, the NPRA suspended the sale of a SSNIT stake to the Ministers of Food and Agriculture's Rock City Hotel. Now, the authority stated that the suspension would allow it to properly evaluate the document associated with the sale of these hospitality facilities.
It is a victory for the Ghanaian people. It is not a personal victory. It's not a victory for me. It is a victory for all Ghanaian workers. It is a victory for the thousands who stood up counted, who participated in the hand demonstration last. And it is a victory for all patriotic Ghanaians who have resisted this sale. We want to also stress that this is only an initial victory. And so we are not going to take our eyes off the ball or relax and drop the resistance. We will not do that, because what if after a few days the suspension is lifted and the sales go ahead? We are agitating for a cancellation, an outright cancellation, because this deal is not in the national interest. It is a conflict of interest transaction. It is a transaction which violates Article 284, Article 78, Article 98 of the Constitution. It's a transaction which violates our procurement laws, violates our Income Tax Act. It is a transaction which does not guarantee value for money. If you compare the buyer, Rock City, and a hotel like Labadi Beach Hotel, it should have been the other way around. Labadi Beach Hotel is far more profitable than Rock City. Who wants to sell a profitable state asset? And you're selling that to a cabinet minister Everything is wrong about this transaction. And that is why we rose up to fight this transaction. And we are glad that we have an initial victory now. It is only initial. We are going to continue the resistance until we get a clear message that this deal is totally out of the window and government will not proceed with it.
Will you follow through with your planned demonstrations, especially that of the Central Region, because you mentioned that plans were underway for that one?
We will not take it off the table. We'll continue with the engagements with the chiefs and people of the Central Region. We'll also continue to engage with organized labor. The other matters we are going to continue to pursue include the petition at SHRAJ. We will not withdraw that petition. We will continue to cooperate with SHRAJ to get to the bottom of our conflict of interest petition. Then we are also going to continue to expedite work on the private members' bill, banning all politicians from purchasing state assets. We think that we need to end this canker once and for all. So all of the work that we have been pursuing since this scandal broke, we are going to continue. This NPRA message, even though it gives us some initial respite, it is not going to, if you like, douse us and make us go to bed. There is still a lot of work to be done, and we will continue with that work.
Now, the burial and funeral service for former Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, GIPC, Mawuena Dumor, is underway in Accra. She was the pioneering first female Chief Executive Officer of the GIPC and passed away tragically one day before her birthday. Her death comes a decade after the passing of her brother, Dumor, of the BBC. Many have paid glowing tributes to her. In a heartfelt tribute, her younger brother, Dumor, described her as a compassionate individual who touched the lives of many.
I remember my first posting as a young doctor to the Volta Regional Hospital, where I had a patient from an outlying village who couldn't afford her much-needed surgery. Her condition carried a social stigma, making her an outcast. After I narrated her story to you, you asked me just one question: how much will it cost? The next day, with your characteristic speed and without fanfare, you handed me an envelope filled with cash to cover the surgery. The only other time you mentioned her was to ask, did the surgery go well? Thankfully, it did. More recently, the son of a classmate from high school needed urgent surgery outside of Ghana. Despite raising funds, there were still shorts just a day before the planned operation. Once again, for a child you had never met, you arranged for the entire sum to be transferred to the hospital, ensuring the surgery could take place successfully the next day. Even now, people come up to me and share stories of your kindness that you showed to them during their lowest moments. I know of several orphanages that you routinely made donations to. You brought compassion and resilience to everything you set yourself to. You were relentless, driven by a desire to fill a life of service. In so doing, touching the lives of countless others, never expecting anything in return. Our time together was not without challenges. The passing of our mother, and later our brother Komla, you, Daddy, and I had to lean on each other during these times. Your fortitude then provides me with the roadmap I must follow now. For all your zest for life, your greatest affection was your daughter, Catherine. I cherish the memories of you coming to stay with me in the United States for her delivery. And I still remember driving you home with her strapped in her little blue car seat in the back. In that moment, I could see your sheer joy. I pray that Catherine's pain will be assuaged by God's comfort, and she will be filled with nothing but the fondest memories of you. Your last days on this earth, you faced your challenges with your characteristic courage and dignity and grace, surrounded by your father, your daughter, and close friends. How unaware was I during your last week when you said, "I want my brother here." You had to say no more, sweet sister, because I came to you. I will forever cherish the fact that I was able to be by your side and hold you in my arms as you embarked on this final journey. I know this separation is temporary, but my heart weeps for your absence. One day we'll meet again, and you will take my hand as your adoring younger brother. Mom, I will always rejoice in the Lord for the privilege, delight, and pleasure of having you as the most loving, most kind, and authentically tender sister. Love always, your baby brother, Kosh.
In a tribute read on behalf of Mawuena's father by editor of the UN's dailies, Ben Doche Malop, he said that Mawuena stood for justice and what is right.
Experience even at that tender age how much you had become my Spartan, a child with a zest for knowledge, a child who had already begun to search for a purpose in life. You stood for justice, especially when you were experiencing racial discrimination, that insidious disease that had taken over the lives of Americans. I recall how you confronted the head teacher of your school, Daffodil Valley, when your brother Kamla was maltreated to the point where he fainted and lost his memory. And yet the head teacher, Mr. Kirst, was simply inclined to blame Kamla for the severity of the racist attack that he was subjected to. You looked at Mr. Kirst in the face and told him, when it is racism, it is racism. A similar thing happened when your brother Kamla wanted to participate in the spelling bee in the county. His class teacher, Mr. Ursh, refused to allow Kamla to do so. Not because Kamla was not qualified, but because he was a black boy. We, as your parents, insisted, and when Kamla participated and reached the finals, and then became the first runner-up, Mr. Ursh again turned around to diminish this.
That's still the Joy Newsroom with me, Carlos Caloni. We'll take a short break. We'll return with more. Please stay. Welcome back. In business, Chief Executive Officer of Star Oil Company Limited, Philip Chiko, has announced that the new loyalty card introduced by Star Oil in partnership with the Ghana GCB will offer benefits such as customers earning points to purchase groceries. Speaking at the launch of the Star Savers loyalty card in Accra, he stated that the GCB customers can also use the new card to fuel their cars. More details in the following report.
As part of the 25th anniversary celebration, the largest supplier of gasoline and diesel in Ghana is introducing a loyalty card that will enable its customers to purchase fuel electronically and save some points redeemable for the purchase of other groceries. He says customers will have the opportunity to save 1 cedi per litre of fuel by switching to the Star card.
By switching to the Star card, you are potentially going to be saving 1 cedi per litre on all the fuel you buy. By having a Star card, you are going to benefit from our loyalty benefits. A number of Ghanaian companies are signing up to the Points Africa program, and Star Oil is going to be the exclusive fuel vendor on that program. What does this mean for you? What it means is that if you are a Star Oil customer, you are going to be earning points on the back of your Star card, and you can redeem these points in some grocery shops across the country. So hopefully, by earning your points, you can use it to redeem fuel. But if you don't want to redeem fuel and you want to redeem for groceries, you can also redeem for groceries.
According to the CEO, there is a need for cost-effective, flexible, and user-friendly fuel card. Therefore, the card is designed to make it convenient for customers to fund their GCB Star card directly at any of their Star stations. Additionally, as a GCB customer, funding your card with the GCB app is flexible.
In addressing a critical market gap, the need for a cost-effective, flexible, and user-friendly fuel card, you can fund your GCB Star card directly at any of our 202 Star Oil filling stations. If you are a GCB customer, you have the flexibility of funding the card from your GCB app. But if you are not a GCB customer, by walking into our stations, because of our automated systems we have, we are able to take your money and fund the card for you right at the station. You don't need to go to any branch of a bank to do that.
Managing Director of Ghana Commercial Bank, Kofi Adomako, expressed his satisfaction with the partnership, stressing that when Ghanaian institutions work together, it brings about significant growth to the economy. He further congratulated the firm.
What we are seeing today is only to prove a point that when Ghanaian institutions work together, Ghanaian banks support Ghanaian businesses, they can grow, and that's what we are seeing. If you had many more Star Oils in Ghana, I'm sure our story will be a different story than it is today. No, I want to congratulate Star Oil. They are moving in the right direction. I want to encourage indigenous Ghanaian corporates, SMEs, to work closely with GCB because GCB is their bank.
Some customers also shared their experiences with Star Oil in the past and how they feel about the new card.
For them giving us the card, it will really help us. It's good, yeah, we really appreciate them. Yeah. The oil too is very good. Me, for about 4 years, all my cars, we have been dealing with Star Oil. The fuel, the oil, changing of oil, everything is Star Oil. They take Momo, and then they have a code, short code. Wherever you are, they can just send me the code, they go for the fuel, and I pay from the house or when I'm at the office.
Now, the first clinic of the Ecobank Joy News Habitat Fair commenced yesterday at the Achimota Mall in the Greater Accra region. The exhibition allowed prospective homeowners to inquire and purchase all household needs in one place. This year's event, the 15th edition, since its inception, is on the theme Home Ownership. Get a house, make it a home. My colleague Faustina Safo is at the Achimota Mall and joins us live. Foste, tell us, what is the atmosphere like at the Achimota Mall?
Carlos, the place is packed. Patrons are trooping in to get mouth-watering deals that our exhibitors are offering. As you said, it's day 2 of the first mini clinic of the Joy News Ecobank Habitat Fair. Now, if you're a real estate developer or probably you're in industry and you're hoping to own a property, buy a property, or give your home a facelift, the Joy News Ecobank Habitat Fair has you covered, and you need to be at the Achimota Mall right now to get mouth-watering deal. Well, I'll be engaging some of the exhibitors right now to get their thoughts about what offers they have for you if you're watching at home, and of course all our social media handles. Now, this stand is DPS Pipes and Plastics Limited. I can see beautiful display of pipes here. Bright, nice meeting you. Tell us what you have in store for all our viewers and customers who come to the Achimota Retail Center today.
Okay, DPS Pipes have durable, premium, and safe pipe for all our patrons who will be passing through our stand today. We don't only do that. We are into TNG and also into any plastic, household plastics. Yes. So anybody that visits our stand today, they are lucky to walk away with a wonderful offer from us, especially our plumbers and then our contractors. Yes.
Now, what juicy offer do you have? Do I get any percentage discount if I come here today?
Everybody's offer is different. Okay. Yeah, so just let them walk in here. Or they can reach us on our telephone lines if they are not within Accra and Tema. Yes. They can reach us on 0543 66 2727. 0543 66 2727. And we have a wonderful display of pipes, from pressure pipes to sewages to borehole pipes to HDPE pipes. Yeah, we supply and even supply the mining sector. We supply across West Africa. Yes, Mali, Burkina Faso. Yeah, so if you have a special project upcoming, or you are interested in dealing in our pipes, just give us a call. Or you can visit our location off the Temamoto Way. We are on the Temamoto adjacent KICC. Come to the factory. Tell us you want to visit DPS. We will allow you. But for now, we are at Achimota Retail Center, so you can visit our stand for a wonderful offer.
So there you have DPS Pipes offer you mouth-watering deals. They tell you that they have tailor-made discounts for you. So when you come to the Achimota Retail Center, they will ensure they give you that discount. Depending on what you want, if you're a retailer, a wholesaler, you can come here. Now, I also have build-free solar hybrid air condition. They have a stand here at Achimota Retail Center. Let me come closer. I'm interested in this because really, solar hybrid air conditioning in Ghana, it's happening, right?
It's happening. It's happening.
Tell us all about it.
We've been here since 2016. Yes, we've sold over 20,000 units since 2016.
How effective is this as compared to?
Effective. Compared to the conventional AC, it's 80-20. You run on 80% solar energy and 20% grade.
If I want to install this in my home, will it cost me so much?
It wouldn't cost you any. Actually, we're doing free installations. So now when you purchase the equipment, we're doing free installation.
Wow. So free installation if you come to the Achimota Retail Center and speak to Breeze Free Solar Hybrid Air Condition. They have you covered. Now I'll let you tell our audience how they can reach you and contact you.
Okay, please, we're located at Wager Barrier off the Malam Kaswa Road, and our contact details are 053 11 00 915 or 053 11 00 916.
Thank you so much. You can visit them here at the Achimota Retail Center, offering mouth-watering discounts, including free installation if you visit the build-free solar hybrid air conditioning stand. Now let's move on to Ultimate Land Hub. Now, if you're looking to buy a property this year, this is a place to be because they have you sorted with litigation-free land. Now let me move a bit closer and speak to those of them here at the stand, Ultimate Land Hub. Tell us all about your juicy offers for everyone who comes to the Achimota Retail Center today.
All right, thank you. And first of all, I would like to say good afternoon to all your viewers out there. Ultimate Land Hub is a real estate company that is specialized in sales of lands, property development. We do construction as well. We also do land registration for respective clients and anybody at all who has any kind of interest for their lands and properties to be registered. Under this fair, we have some amazing offers that we've brought for patrons who are probably hearing me wherever they are. We have ranging between 26% to 12.5% discount on our lands in Shire Hills, Pram Pram, and then Ebri at the moment. Yeah, so I would like to encourage or entreat all patrons out there to make their way to Achimota Retail Center, locate Ultimate Land Hub, and then enjoy these amazing offers that we have brought to them.
Now, if I am looking to get a property in Accra, do you still have lands for sale in Accra?
Yeah, we do have lands selling in Accra. As I mentioned earlier on, we have in Shah Hills, we have in Pram Pram, and then these are the two major areas that we have within Accra. And moving from Accra a little bit, we have in Ibri as well. Yes.
Now, share with us your contact details so that our audience can reach you.
All right, you can reach Ultimate Land Hub on 053 590 7646. 053 590 7646. And then you can also reach out to us on social media by searching Ultimate Land Hub on Facebook, X, and TikTok.
Thank you so much. Ultimate Land Hub is the place to be when you visit the Achimota Retail Center. It's day 2 of the first mini clinic for the Ecobank Joe News Habitat Fair. Now, if you're looking to own a property, this is a place to be. Our exhibitors are waiting for you with mouth-watering deals. I can see that I have another stand here. Beautiful cameras. I can see VSA Virtual Security Africa. Hello. You know, I can see myself through the screen, so it means this place is covered. Tell us what you have in store for us.
Okay, so this is Virtual Security Africa. At Virtual Security Africa, we offer complete security solutions. And since this is Habitat Fair, we have special packages for homeowners, SMEs, businesses, and all. So we are into CCTV cameras, alarm systems, intrusion alarm systems, fire alarm systems, fire alarm system, yes, and access control devices to get your home, offices, and businesses fully secure. So that's why we are here.
How do we contact you?
Okay, so you can reach us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn at Virtual Security Africa. And in Accra, our showroom is at Jolu. We are directly opposite the UBA. So you can walk in our showroom and see what we have to offer. And we have special packages for our patrons too. We are offering 20% discount on all our CCTV packages and other security solutions here. So they should come in, and we have freebies too for them. Free GSM alarms or video intercom for any of our CCTV packages purchased. So we are here for them, so they should all come.
Thank you so much. I love freebies. So I will be spending more time here as I hand over to Carlos Caloni in the studio. It's the first mini clinic, Johnny's Ecobank Habitat Fair. You need to be at the Achimota Retail Center. Carlos, I'm waiting for you after the news bulletin. So bye.
Great there. So if you're watching us and you're yet to get to the Achimota Mall, this is the time. Get there and get all the goodies and all the discounts. It's on today and tomorrow. And so that's all we have time for in this edition of the Joy Newsroom. You can log on to myjoyonline.com for more stories. My name is Carlos Caloni. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great afternoon.